Hi guys, this is Rajeshwari, Assistant Professor, PG and Research Department of Zoology, A.D.M.COLLEGE for Women, Autonomous, Nagapattinam. Today we are discussing about external structure of Calotes. So, classification, phylum Chordata, subphylum Vertebrata, division Gnathostomata, class 1 Reptila, genus Calotes, species Versicolor. Introduction. So, the Calotes is a genus of arboreal and terrestrial lizards. It belongs to the family Agamidae. So, it is commonly referred to as the garden lizard or bloodsucker. So, these lizards are predominantly found in South Asia, Southeast Asia, or some parts of Middle East through the tropical and subtropical environments and distribution. So, Calotes is a common garden lizard and is commonly known as the bloodsucker in North India. So, it is also known as the Oriental bloodsucker because of a red color of this throat. So, the Calotes versicolor is the most commonly distributed in Indian species. So, habits and habitat. This Calotes is commonly found in arboreal lizards of gardens and fields. So, it is a diurnal animal. It is often found in sitting on trees, tree branches, and shrubs and hedges and mimics with the surroundings. And it is a very swift in running over the ground and also swims in the water. So it is a insectivorous but also feed on earthworm, small crabs, lizards and frogs. So Calotes is the insectivorous in habit. So sexes are separated, showing in no sexual dimorphism externally. So, its breeding period is from May to November. So, it lays an egg in a cervix or in a debris. So, the development is a direct without any larval form and external features. So, they are on shape, size, colors. So, the body is elongated, slender, lizard-like, divisible into three regions. First one is head, neck, trunk, and tail. So, the male is bright in color and golden yellow with a greenish tint. So, the throat is curled red, often with a black transfer bar. So, the female is not so bright in color. So, the male is larger and stronger than the female. So, the measuring about 35 centimeter in length, including the tail also. This is the structure of Calotes. So, the mouth and eyes and head, that is one part of the head, and neck region is a neck and neck region, and head, eye is present in the tympanic membrane, and middle dorsal region, it is present in the trunk region. Middle to and trunk region, they present in middle region, and tail and the scale, the whole bodies are present in the scales. Head region is a larger and somewhat pyramid in a shape. So, with a short conical snout, with bears a wide slit-like aperture. So, the mouth running around the anterior border of the head, and a pair of small external nostrils situated above the anterior extremity. So, at the side of the head and or the eyes, each providing with the upper and the lower jaws and movable eyelids and with the transparent third eyelid or nictitating membrane. So, when withdrawn lies in the anterior angle of the orbit. So, behind the eye is a circular patches of a skin. It is a tympanic membrane, somewhat sunk below the general level of the skin. Next, trunk region. So, the head is connected with the trunk with a short neck. So, the trunk is elongated, strongly convex, dorsally, laterally compressed and flattened ventrally. So, at the junction of the trunk and tail, on the ventral surface is a slit-like transverse aperture and the cloacal aperture. So, the trunk bears two pairs of limbs. Each forelimb has a upper arm and or branchium. So, the forearm or anterior branchium, the head or manus or 5 horny clawed digits. So, while each kind limbs compress the thigh in femur. So, the shank or crest, foot or pes, and 5 clawed digit or of which is the hallux or first in the smallest, and tail. So, the tail is a cylindrical tapering showing alternate dark and light annuli and is nearly twice as long as a head and trunk together. So, in adult male, the base of tail just behind the cloacal aperture become quite swollen due to heavy bends. So, the skin and exoskeleton. So, the calotes, the skin is dry and devoid of the gland. So, the body is entirely covered by an epidermal horny imbricate and backwardly and directly scales of unequal size with a periodically shed in flakes. On the head, a prominent shield covers the parietal foramen and two spines are present above each ear opening. So, over the head and trunk along the middle dorsal line is a characteristic crest of a large spine like a movable scale direct backward and gradually diminishing in a size posteriorly. So, the scales and claws form the exoskeleton of most of the reptiles including calotes. And next one is the scales. So, scales form the continuous covering of the body of calotes. Whole bodies are present in the scales to head region to tail region, but become thinner in the grooves between the scales. So, the scales on the body of calotes are of two types. Large, first one is the large scales and second one is the small scales. So, the large scales are present in a head and trunk region. Small scales present in tail and limbs also present. So, the sensory structure in the form of a bristles are present on the both the scales called the prototrichus. So, that is a sensory organ. It is active in the sensory organ in the prototrichus. So, the scales are the epidermal in origin to develop from a Malpighian layer. So, each scales is a plate-like structure supported by a funny plate or a ossicles. So next one is the claws. The claws. Tips of digits of claws are providing with the sharp claws. So each claws is made up of dorsal and ventral scales like a horny plate. So the dorsal plate is called as a unquist and ventral plate is called as a sub-unquist. So the lateral is flattened. So the both of these plates are derived from the Malpighian layer or placed in such a way that their covered should form a sharp claws. So the cellular structure of a skin is similar to that of Uromastrix. And finally, conclusion. So, the Calotes of a genus is a versatile and adaptive lizard. So showcase remarkable adaptation for a survival in diverse environment. So, their ability to thrive in arboreal and terrestrial in habit. So, the cooperated with the unique traits like a skin collaboration and terrestrial displays, it is a highlights their ecological importance as a insect its control and contribute to the ecosystem to balance. So, a subject of scientific and ecological interest. So, the Calotes providing insights into evolutionary biology, reptilian. It is reptilian behavior and environmentally adaptability. Their significant extent beyond their natural habits. So, the influencing biodiversity, conservation, and ecosystem studies. So, the preserving their habitat is essential to ensure their survival and maintain the ecological equilibrium they help sustain. Their facilitating biological and behaviors continue to adaptive researchers and nature enthusiasts alike, serving as a testament to the incredible diversity and complexity of life of the earth. Thank you.